Hello viewers, myself Dr. Radhika, Professor in Computer Science and Engineering. In this session, I am going to explain you about how to delete an element that is available as the last node. So now we are going to perform deleting the last node. So before deleting the last node, so first of all I will tell you how to what is the structure definition, that is the node definition. So node. So structure is used for declaring the node struct. So here we are giving for singly linked list. So that's why I have given it as S node, opening braces. Here our node contains two structure members. One is the data member and another one is the next part. So here, so that's why here our data part is integer. So int data. And whenever you want to refer the link to the next node, what you have to do is you have to give a pointer to the same structure. So that means again you are giving the pointer to the same structure. So that's why what you will give. So you have to declare a variable next to the same structure. That is the data types of this node S node is, it is struct node. So asterisk, then you have to give the next. So now here next is what? Next is a pointer that points to the next node address. It points to the next node address. So here next is also a node of type what? Of type struct node, S node. It is also of same type struct node. So here we have two data members in this structure. One is you have the data that is of type integer, and another one is a pointer to the next node, that is it is represented as next. And what is the data type of this node? That is, it is struct S node. So here struct S node is a user defined data type that is created for implementing singly linked list. So for so what we are going to give here is, we are going to give a short name for our new user defined data type. Here what is our new user defined data type? It is struct S node. So now what I am doing is, I am giving a new name, that is an alias name to my new user defined data type, that is type def struct S node is the new user defined data type, and also I am declaring it as a pointer because here linked list are dynamic linear data structures. So everything we will work with the pointers. So that's why I am giving the pointer as nptr. I am giving the pointer as nptr. So instead of every place wherever you want to use struct node asterisk, you can use simply the name nptr. So that means you have given a new name to your user defined data type. So like that can be done by using the type def. So this is how you can declare a alias name to your existing data types. So now we will see how the deletion operation will be performed in the singly linked list. Suppose here we want to delete the last node. So here assume that we have a singly linked list. So first of all I will write the header. This is the header. So this is a header node H, and here it is pointing to the first node, that is our list first node. For example, if my value is some 50 and I am having a list of some number of nodes, so some 20. Here assume that the list is not ordered. So you depending upon our application, you can create a list that is having ordered values, and also you can create a list that is not ordered also. So here for time being, here I am assuming that it is not ordered. So some 20, some 80, and next you have some 40, and for example this is the last node. For example, this is the last node and here you have the value, for example 50. Now what you have to do? You have to delete this last node. Now you have to delete this last node. So this is the last node and last node next will be what? Null. It will be null. So this is what here? It is the last node. So whenever if you want to perform the delete operations, so you have to delete the last node in this function. So now you have to write a function that deletes the last node. So whenever if you want to delete the last node, so here we may have two cases. We may have two cases. One is suppose if the list contain more number of nodes. That is the first case. This is one case. So this is, for example, assume it as case 1. And another one, you may also have another case, that is the list may have only one node. So if it has more than one nodes, then we don't have any problem. That is one case, not problem, that is one case. Suppose if you have more than one nodes, then this is the case. And another case is, suppose if the list contains only one value. So for example, that is the list is having only, here the list is having only one node. So after H next you have only one node. So then what will happen? This itself is the first node. This itself is the last node. Isn't it? Because here we have only one node. So this is also we have to consider the another case. So here this itself is the last node now. So this is the last node and here this represents what? This represents null. Okay, this represents null. So here we have to consider two cases whenever if you want to delete the last node. So for that one we will write the function now. So what is the return type? So whenever if you want to delete the last node, so there is nothing to return, because after deleting the last node, the list, for example in this case the list contains only 4 nodes. This node will be deleted for us. So suppose if in this case the list is empty, because this node is deleted, what will happen? The list will become empty. So there is nothing to return here. So that's why what will be the return type of your function here? It will be void. It will become void. And here I am writing the function as delete last. I am writing the function as delete last. So now what are the parameters that we have to give to this function? So whenever if you want to delete the last node of your linked list, so for performing any operations on the linked list, first of all you have to give one parameter, that is your header node. So your header node address. So that already we have seen how to create a header node in the previous classes. So now what you have to do is, the first parameter that you have to give to the function is the header node. So here in this case, in this example, here we are giving H as the header node. So H contains what? It is the address of the header node. So then what is the data type of your H? H is also again a node. H is also a node of type what? This node. It is also of type this one. So that means what? What is the data type of H? It is nothing but this struct S node. This user defined data type itself is a data type of your H. And also here the linked list are dynamic linear data structures. So that's why we will be working with pointers. So it is a pointer to your struct node asterisk. So for struct node asterisk, what we have given? We have given a new name, that is nptr. So now here as the data type of your pointer you can give nptr. So what is the data type of the header node or your linked list node load data type is it is nptr. So nptr is the data type and what is the variable? It is H. So here, because since h is a pointer, so whatever modifications we are going to do in this function, those all modifications will be reflected to the calling place, because here h is a pointer. Always pointers are passed by reference to the functions. So that's why whatever changes we do in this function, all the changes will be reflected to the calling place of this function. So here we have passed only one parameter, that is h. So h is the header of your linked list. So after passing the parameter, so now what is that we have to do? Whenever if you want to find the last node, so here we need, whenever we are working with linked list, so always you should save the address, that is the address of the header node, because if you lose the address of the header node, so it means that you have lost the list. So because the first node address is saved in header node, so that is very much important. So always whenever you are working with whenever you are working with linked list, you should not change the value of h. Just the value of h can be assigned to any other temporary variables, and that temporary variables you can do whatever modifications you want to do. But you should not change this value of h, because this contains the first node address. If you lose that one, means you have lost the total list. So that's why this is very much whenever you are working with linked list, because here we are working with, whenever we are working with linked list means we are working with pointers. So pointers means everything is passed by reference. So whatever changes we are doing, so everything will be reflected directly in the memory. Okay, so that's why this h address must not be used anywhere on the left hand side of your assignment operator. Just it must be used only a right hand side, so that you can assign this address to some another temporary memory some another temporary variable, and you can perform the changes whatever you want to that temporary variable, but you should not use this h. Okay, so that's why here what I will do, I will use a temporary variable temp. I will use a temporary variable temp, that is I will use a temporary variable temp in order to access the address of my linked list. So what will be the data type of my temporary node? Again, it is also a linked list node. So that's why what you have to do, you have to give the data type of the temporary node also this one. So that's why instead of giving that long name, what you can do, just you can give it as nptr, and here my name is temp. Okay, so my node name is temp. So here I am using a temporary node, that is I am giving temp. So nptr temp. So now what I will do, first of all I have to move this, I have to place the temp node at the last location. So I have to place my node temp at the last location. So that means what, because here we have only the address of this first node. So we have only this address, first node address. So from first node you have to traverse through all the nodes and you should reach the last node. So now what I will do is, I will traverse all these through all these nodes and I will place my temporary temp. So now I want to delete this node. So now what I have to do, I have to traverse up to my last node. So I have to traverse up to my last node. So that's why what I will do is, I will traverse my temp variable starting from the beginning. So what I can do for that one, I can assign the starting address. That is, I can assign the starting address. What is the starting address of my node? What is the starting address of my node? It is h next. So first node address is available in where? It is available in h. So first node address is available in h next. So that's why where I am starting? I am starting at h next. So that means now where will be my temp now? So temp will be here. That is at the first node. So my temporary is given the first node address. So temporary will be available at the first node. So now temp, we have the temp here. So for example, if the list is empty, so then what will be the value of temp? It will be null. If the list is empty, then the value of temp will be null. Okay. So now what I will do is, so if you want, you can start from here, or also you can, for example, what I will do is, I will start from H. I will start from H, so that I will have the address of this node and also this node, because temp next you will have this node and this node. So that's why I will start temp from here. That is, I will give temp is equal to H. So I am starting from header node, because here instead of using one more pointer for this node and this node, what I am doing is, just I am using the same pointer for both the nodes. So suppose if I stop the temp here, so the temp points to the last but one node, and if I say temp next, then it points to the last node. So like that you can also decrease the number of pointers that you are going to use in your program. So both are possible. So programming means we can perform the programming in multiple number of ways. So here what I am doing, first of all I am giving temp is equal to H. So that means I have started temp here. So from now onwards, I will move the temp node to the last but one node. So for that one, what I have to check? I have to check if the temp next, that is, if the temp next. So what is the next node? So for example, if you want to stop temp here, if you want to stop temp here, then what is the condition that you can give? So this is temp. And what will be the address of this one? It is temp next. So how you can check if you want to stop the loop here? So what you can do? You can check the temp next. If temp next is equal to null means, so this temp will stop here, isn't it? So because last node next contains null. So now this is the address of this node, and this is the address of this node. So now suppose if you want to access the data of this one means, you will give it as temp data. And if you want to access the data next of this one means, you will give it as temp next. For example, here this is the address of this node, the last node. So if you want to access the data of this last node means, you can give temp next is the address, and how you can give? You can give it as data. And how you can give the link part? Temp next, this total, it is the address of the node. And how you can give the next? So just you can give it as like this. So now what you have to check? You have to check whether the temp next is null or not. So that's why what I will give? The condition as temp next is not equal to null. So I have to continue this loop until this condition is satisfied. So when this condition will be satisfied, when temp comes to this position, then what will happen? Temp next is equal to null. So then this condition will be satisfied and it will stop. So that means the temp will be placed here. So for that one, so to perform this function, so what we are doing, suppose if temp next is not equal to null, means what? Here is the temp next. What is temp next here? This first node. Temp next is what? Again it is having the address of some another node. So is it equal to null? No, it is not equal. So then what will happen? Here you have to move the temp to this location. That is to this location. So then for that one what you can do? Just you can give temp is equal to temp next. So what will happen? From here the temp will be moved to here. So now again it will go for the condition of your loop. So again temp next means this one. Temp next is this one. So is it equal to null? No. So temp next is this one and temp next means this one. Is it equal to null? That is this one. This one means this one. This is the part. So is it equal to null? No, it is not equal to null. Again condition is true. Again the temp will be moved from here to, again it will be moved to this location. Okay, again it goes for the condition now. Again it goes for the condition. So now again temp next means this one. So is this temp next next? Is this equal to null? No, it is not equal to null because it is holding the address of 40. So again the condition is true. So that's why again what will happen? The temp from here again it will move to this location. So again it will go for the check condition. So temp next, that is this one. Is this temp next means this part. Temp next means this one. Temp next means this one. So is this equal to null? No, it is not equal to null because it is holding the address of this node, that is 50. So that's why again the condition is true. So again what will happen? Again the temp from here it will move to the temp next. So here it will be moved. So now temp is here. So now you are checking temp next. So temp next means this one. Temp next is this one. Its next is what? It is null. So null not equal to null. Condition what it happens? It is not equal to null. No, it is equal to null. So that's why what will happen? It will come out of the loop. Now where is your temp now here? The temp is here and the temp data is here. So this is the case for how it will be moved for this case. For example, if you take here. So here where we have placed the temp. So the temp is placed here. So now temp next means what? When once it comes to the first time into this loop. Temp next is what? Temp next is this one. So temp next. Is it equal to null? It is equal to null. Isn't it? So temp next means this. This means what? 90 node. Its next again. Its next is equal to null here. So that's why what will happen? Here the temp here itself it will stop. Okay. So this is how you can handle both the cases. So now we want to delete the node. So for deleting the node, first of all we will check whether the list is empty or not. So for that one already we have seen how we can check whether the list is empty or not. If list is empty, what we are doing? If is empty of. So this is a function that will return whether the linked list is empty or not. If is list is empty of. So what it will do? The function will tell you true or false. That is, if the list is empty, it will return true. So if this condition is true, just I will give it as some message printf singly linked list is empty. Just I am giving some simple message. Okay. Next what I am trying to do? Now if the list is not empty, so there can be these two cases. Here we have two different cases. So what we have to do now? So what we have to do? Now what we have to do is we have to delete this node in this case and we have to delete this node in this case. So for that one, if you want to free the memory that has been allocated to this node. So for that one, what you have to do is you have to free the memory. So for that one, what you can do is you can say it as, you can use one more variable for some p. So what I will do is I will assign p as temp next. So what is that? Is the node that is to be deleted. So what is p now? Here it is the node that is to be deleted. P is this one here in this case and here it is this one. So why I am using this p is, this variable p is, so I want to whatever memory that has been allocated to that one. So I want to free that memory so that it can be used by any other process. So that's why I am first of all I am assigning p is equal to temp next. So for example, first we will see this case. So now what should happen here? Here this must be deleted means what? This must become the last node. Now this must become the last node, isn't it? So if this must become the last node means what? So this must become null. So where this null is there for us now? it is available in this P next. Okay, so then just simply what you can do, just you can assign temp next is equal to, what you can do, this is temp. Temp next means at this location. What you are doing? You are giving P next. Temp next is equal to P next. So then what will happen? So what is there in P next? Null is there. So what will happen? That null will be placed here and this link is, this link will be is broken here. Okay, that's why because is you have placed the null there. Okay, so P next, that is your null is placed at the temp next. So temp next you have placed the that one. So that means what? So this link is breaked. So that link is breaked means now this node, it indicates that that node has been deleted from your linked list. So that we have, whenever you are traversing in the linked list, here it will stop because here the null is placed. So null is placed at the last node. So now this become the last node. So this is for this case. For this case what will happen? Here also the same. Temp next is equal to P next. So now here temp and H both are same. So then what will happen? So now because here we have only one node. So that node also we are deleting. So now we are deleting here this node. We are deleting this node. So that means what? Here what we are doing, in the H next we are placing null. So we are placing null means what does it indicate? We are breaking this loop. So once, so here we have only one node. Even though we have one node, so that node is also deleted. And what we are doing here? So we are giving temp next as null means indirectly we are giving H next as null. So our condition is satisfied. So if you have only one node, that node is deleted and also the list will become empty. How the list is empty? When we say that the list is empty, we say that if H next is null, then we say that the list is empty. So here anyway H next only, temp next means it is H next. So we have placed null at that location. Okay. So this is, that means all the cases it has been satisfied. So now you have deleted this node from your linked list, but it is there in the memory. So what you have to do? You should also delete the memory that has been allocated to this node. So in the insert functions what we are doing? We are allocating the memory for each and every node. But here the node is deleted. Logically it is deleted. But then what we have to do? If we remove the memory also, then this memory will be used by some another process. So for deleting what you can give is, you can give free. So you have to note, you have to give what? Free function. The free function, it will delete the memory that has been allocated to that particular node. Free of P. Free of P. So that means what? The memory that has been allocated to this particular node is deleted from memory. So that means it has been deleted, and this is the closing braces of this else, and this is the closing braces of function. So the memory that has been allocated at the time of insertion, that will be deallocated in the delete function. So because here we have deleted the node. So if you like my video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel.